So today I'm going to be reviewing the Physics Toolbox Sensor Suite app, particularly its tone sensor, and I'm going to be using my guitar to help me do that. And what I'm going to do is get this thing in tune. I am going to, for that I'm going to use a third-party tuning app. And once it's in tune, I'm going to play a bunch of notes, measure them with the tone sensor that the app has, and then I'm going to cross-reference those numbers with the accepted values of the frequencies of certain notes in a given octave. So, for example, the low E string in the second octave is supposed to have a frequency of 82 hertz. So using numbers like that, I'm going to check the accuracy of my tuner app and check the accuracy of the Sensor Suite app. So we'll see what happens. So here we are able to open the app. As you can see, it has a green background with the Suite lettering on it. There's various options when you click and hold, but when you open it, you there we go. There's our home screen. There's obviously lots of features you can use, like this G-force meter. If you shake the phone around, it gives you readings. There's other readings with the gyroscope inside the phone. This is the incline measure. There's lots of features, but the one we're focusing on today is going to be this one coming up, which is the, no, not the tone. Here we go. This is our color meter. You can see that the color of the guitar was tan. But if we go here into the, no, not the tone generator. Yes, our tone detector. Here we go. So I'm talking right now, so it's all over the place. But if I hit one note, just the there you go. Maybe it's a G sharp. And then if I go lower, okay, maybe that was an F sharp. So yeah, well that's that. There it is. Okay, and now we go into our guitar tuner app. So I should stop talking. Wait, here we go. I'm going to play the low E. There we go. See how it says low E right there? We have a proper low E reading. Now to the A. There we go. Now D. Okay, G. B. And the high E. Okay, perfect. So our guitar is in tune. And now we can go on to the next step, which is recording the values for our measurements. So here we are back in our app, and I'm just going to hit the E. Okay, you can see it's hovering around 82. So let's go to the A. Okay, that is hovering more around 110. All right, let's try the D. Looks to be around 146. 146.5 maybe. All right, how about the G? Looks to be about 196. Yep. And onto the B string. It's a little bit harder because it's a higher pitch. Looks to be about 246. And how about the high E here? Right, about 330. Well, it's harder at that higher pitch. And here's some accepted values for the for the notes and the octaves.
So now that we have our playing finished and we are able to record the frequencies that we got using the Sensor Suite app, what I'm going to do is write those down, and I'm going to run them with the accepted values for the frequency of given notes. So it's going to be E in the second octave, and then we are going to go D, G, A, D, G, B, and then back to E in the fourth octave. So those 6 notes, we are going to run the frequencies with accepted scientific values, and we are going to see how much error we have.
Also, a quick side note before we go over these calculations and the values that we have for frequency, I realized that maybe not everyone is familiar with the terminology I'm using. So quickly, when I say a note, I mean the range of frequency, or maybe a very small range, within a certain octave, a certain group of frequency, where you can essentially define what that sound is. So there are multiple frequencies for, say, an E note, but the octaves is what define them. So you have 12 notes in each octave, one E note, one A note. There's a bunch of letters. And once you go up into a higher octave, they repeat, except they all have higher frequencies. So when I say E2, or when you see E2, it means the E note, but in the second octave, or in the third octave, or something like that. So these are the final calculations for the measured hertz. And as I said, each letter represents a note, and each subscript represents the octave that note is a part of. As you can see, there's 2 E notes, and they are the same note, but they have different frequencies because they are part of different octaves. But if you look at their accepted frequency, this 82 is roughly 1/4 of this 329. And you might say, why 1/4? Well, it turns out that as there is no third octave E, but ideally that third octave E would be roughly twice of 82, roughly 164. And then this E4 would ideally be roughly that 164 number. And what would you get if you multiplied 164 by 2? 328. 1 hertz away. So you can see, actually, using that theory, that as you go up an octave, the hertz doubles and then doubles again. You can actually see that there, along with these percent error values, which are obviously very low, you can see that overall our percent error is very. And after calculating, our average error was less than 1/4 of a percent, almost 1/5. So I think that's pretty good. So to reflect, I generally really approve of this app. I think that, it's very easy to use. I think that when you, I definitely think that's a pro of the app. I think that one con is that, when you are, say, striking a note on the guitar, obviously the sound waves in real life are jumping up and down, so it's hard for the reader to get one exact reading. The numbers are jumping around a little bit, which is why I like the feature that you're able to actually pause the reading and see specifically what number it came out to. Obviously, the readings are going to jump around a little bit, which is why we have this error, albeit very little, which is another pro. I think, obviously, in addition to the calculations, I think the actual sound meter, the microphone, is very accurate. Maybe that's more of a testament to the iPhone than the app. Who can say? But overall, I think that the app did a really good job reading the sound. I think it confirmed nicely that my guitar tuner works, that my guitar works, that, sound waves are what they're supposed to be. So generally, my data is comforting, I think. Overall, I would give the app 4 stars out of 5. I think that, like I said, it's easy to use. It's user-friendly. I think one of the drawbacks is that there's kind of so much stuff that you can get into, so many little details you can look at, so many different sensors that, you can use, that I think if you were specifically looking for, say, a sound meter, you might not know that this app has one. You might not know in the right places to look.
Maybe that's a little bit nitpicky. It's hard to find some glaring things that are wrong with this app, since I do think the software is really good. But yeah, overall rating, 4 stars. Thanks for watching. I don't know if I'm ever gonna upload again, but maybe if I do, it'll be about a different guitar tuning app. And I can play a different song. But till next time.